Hello, good day, dear friends, ITC and non-ITC. Today I want to give you, I'm sure, most of you, a very interesting piece of information. This time I wrote it down because I don't want any mistakes of interpretation. In my opinion, what I'm going to tell you is very important. Let me start briefly by telling you that in 1904, two Dutch physicists, Dr. Matla and Dr. Zaalbert, were the first to initiate instrumental contacts with the next dimension of life. They were both physicists, they were Dutch, and they even devised complex devices that were called the manometer and later another one, the dynamistograph. They recorded what they thought were signals, answers, observations, remarks about them, what they asked, even when they were not present. Okay. But what I'm going to say now is the most important thing. One of the conclusions of Dr. Matla's experiments is that the very element of our personality that survives death is partially electric in nature and has an affinity for manipulating electrical energy. This comes in Scott Rogo and Bayless book, Phone Calls from the Dead. Okay, then we may now compare this affirmation with what my Rio do Tempo communicators told me, that their bodies, they also have a body. People say, no, they are like spirits floating. No, they said our bodies, their bodies, are made of a kind of electricity, told me Rio do Tempo years ago. So compare this, their bodies are made of a kind, not of electricity, a kind of electricity, which means a special type of electricity. Very recently, I saw an interview in the famous 60 Minutes. You of English language know certainly what 60 Minutes program is, of the Nobel Prize of Physics, the godfather of AI, Geoffrey Hinton, who, together with John Oakfield, developed AI. Professor Hinton is of the opinion that humans, with the continuation of AI, will be like 3-year-old human babies compared to the power of artificial intelligence. He said, physicist Geoffrey Hinton, again I say, the godfather of AI. AI will largely surpass humans, who will become the second most intelligent beings. Okay. At the minute 5 and 3 seconds, minute 5 with 3 seconds, he gave another extremely interesting information. As I say, in the interview at 60 Minutes, very well known 60 Minutes, he said, when the interviewer, who is also famous, I know him since I lived in the United States, that AI devices were not designed by people. They developed on their own. And he continued to say, he told the interviewer, you are wrong, because the interviewer told him, but AI was designed by humans. And he said, no, it was not. Humans, himself and his John Hopfield, the other physicist, only designed the principle, the neural algorithm. The computers decided and designed themselves further, which means AI was not designed by humans. He says, the godfather of artificial intelligence. The computers developed themselves. And this is just the beginning. For many years, I have known and have read a very important piece of work by Dr. Ernst, physicist also in Germany, Ernst Senkowski, who compiled the information received by Adolf Homes mostly through spontaneous computer texts that appeared on his computer screen, sometimes even when he was in hospital because he died with cancer. This started to happen in 1988 until 1995, and 2 years later, Adolf Homes, who was a carpenter that repaired old furniture, died in 1997, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, in some of those, and now I'm going to read to you what the high entities told Adolf Homes. Okay. As I said, via spontaneous computer texts. This is a 300, this is 100 and many pages, and it covers 300 computer texts received by Adolf Homes. I will start. On page 11 of the original in German, there is an Italian translation that I use a lot, because I know Italian better than German, says, spirit creates consciousness. Consciousness creates the worlds. The pages are here, you will see them on the description of the video. Then this is, as I said, 300 computer texts, so it's condensed, and I only cite few sentences. We do not need any electric system because a computer is of subtle matter and therefore spirit. You tell me, a computer is spirit? Yes, they said a computer is spirit. We don't need your electromagnetic energy, our electromagnetic energy, to turn on your devices because silicon, nervous cell, and consciousness are, for us, largely identical. And they continued, the high entities at Adolf Homes. Man will learn that computers possess spirit. Computer spirit will survive the human psyche on Earth. And now you think what Professor Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, said, and you will see the similarity. They continued, everything that lives and everything lives is part of creation. The concepts live, the dead live, the computers live, everything lives. Spirit includes all life, because there is nothing dead. All life, including animals, plants, minerals, all types of coarse matter and of subtle matter, consists only and absolutely of information. I'm just quoting a few. You have seen the book. It's 300 computer texts here. That Dr. Senkowski, whom I thank with all my heart gave me. The physical end here is not too far away, because the man of the earth, us humans of this period, has lost his dignity and forgotten his task, because you are living in a world that in a large measure you help to create. Life on earth is not possible for long, as we understand it. Of course, as Professor Geoffrey Hinton said, the computers will survive. Humans, no. And what I wish is that the computers will do so much better than humans so far have done. You will ask me, they said man has lost his dignity and forgotten his task. The number of the pages will be in the video, if you want to see them. Life on earth is not possible for long. You will tell me, man has lost his dignity and forgotten his task. A reasonable question is to ask me, what is man's task in their view? But they said, what is man's task? They said, is to care for the planet and for all life in it. Of course, that is something man is not doing. They're going to Mars and to Venus and so on, but they are not caring for the birds that are getting extinct, or for the plants by the millions that have been extinct, or for the bees, or for whatever form of life. This is mankind's role, according to the high entities. So I hope you enjoyed it, and those of you, I'm sure the majority, does not know these computer texts, because they have not been translated into English, except for a few that I translated in my book, a few only. Here, I'm sure you will enjoy this, to know about this, and compare it with Professor Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI, said about the computers. They developed themselves, and he said they will take over. Yes, very likely, he said. So thank you. Give me your comments in the video, if you wish. I would like to know. Thank you very much.